enter. Look at this. Hello, friend, and welcome to a very unique game this time. Something I haven't featured on the channel before, but something I picked up on eBay a while ago. And I thought you might like to see this. This is very interesting. This is by my research, this is the first version of the Scrabble Brand Crossword Game released as a computer game in the United States. Apparently, Scrabble games were much more common in like the United Kingdom. The ZX Spectrum and computers like that had their own versions of Scrabble. But this appears to be the first version for MS-DOS. The copyright on the box is 1989. This is by Leisure Genius, which was a subsidiary of Virgin Mastertronic International. And it was, according to the box, it was programmed for the IBM PC, XT, AT, PS2, Tandy 1000 family, and other 100% PC compatibles. 512K of memory required, one 3.5-inch floppy disk enclosed. And I am playing the game off of the files that came off this disk. I copied the files over to the computer I used to stream with. And yeah, this is it. I probably should show off the box on the blog that goes with the channel here, but it's very interesting on the back. They show screenshots for the Amiga, the IBM PC, the Commodore 64, and the Atari ST. And so presumably they used the same box art for all of those editions, and then just printed on the barcode for IBM or the barcode for Commodore 64 or what have you. Yeah, this is interesting. Now, why am I playing Scrabble on the computer? Well, I've always actually liked Scrabble. Back in high school, I started to get into playing Scrabble a bit, as there was a Windows 95 version of Scrabble that I liked quite a bit. And I'll probably play on the channel someday if the channel takes off. But that's how I learned to play Scrabble, and I'm certainly not tournament caliber, but I hold my own in the casual games that I have with family and friends. And yeah, so it kind of intrigued me. I've bought a couple of computer game versions of Scrabble over the years, and yeah, this appears to be the earliest one for IBM PC. It says on the box, Virgin Leisure Genius presents the computer edition of Scrabble Brand Crossword Game, and we're gonna play a game. We're gonna walk through this. I actually have the manual with me because it's not the most intuitive instructions, and you're gonna learn some things as we go along. I've actually played a test version of this a few weeks ago, and now it's finally time to record and show what we have here. All right. By the way, I think there are bleeps and bloops for sound effects from the game. So if you're wondering, where's the music? There ain't no music, kiddo. There's no music in this game. This is basic Scrabble, but it is Scrabble. Resume game. We are not resuming a game. We're going to do a new game. I'm going to be the first player. I will be Scotty. And when it says what level, I'm supposed to do something because levels are for the computer players. If the player is a human player, and last I checked I am, press return. Okay, and then we'll have a second player in the game. We'll call him Wordy. Okay, and that will be a computer player. 1 to 8 are the levels I can choose from. We're going to just do level 1, which will be incredibly painfully easy for us to defeat. I feel like I'm bragging there when I say that, but when I did a practice test, I did like level 3 and I did fine. So level 1 is going to be fine. Let's see. Use the prompt. After 2 have been entered, you may press return instead of typing a third or fourth name. This tells you we're all good. Play against the clock, and if you press return or no. I don't know. Should we play against the clock? Nah. Not this time. Let's see. So tiles left. See me think. What does that mean? Do you want to watch me thinking? I think is what it says in the manual. While the computer chooses its words, possible to see its thoughts. No, that's okay. I'll let you have your thoughts. Do you want to see all the racks? Yes. While others or the computer are playing, you may want to see your current rack, and the program can display it continuously on the screen. However, another player can see your tiles. Well, that's not a problem. Reply no. The program will apply. Okay. Yeah. Yes, please. I think is what I want. Placement speed 0 through 9. By the way, if you want to do like options within the game, it's like pressing numbers on the keyboard, and it's all written down in the guide here. Deals with the speed at which the program places the words on the boards, not the time it takes thinking. The delay between letters can be varied from 0 to 9. If you're watching the program, 3 and 4 are good values to try. Okay, 4. And, the computer gets to go for it. Oh, and I can see his tiles. That's super. I don't want to see his tiles, but that's whatever. We're learning. And he played the word opt, O-P-T, across the board there for 10 points. All right, now I gotta remember the options here and how to actually place a word. So before I get focused here, the average play on the right-hand side of the screen. Okay, if the clock is enabled, it appears on the screen as soon as the last 10 seconds of a turn are reached. Well, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so if I press 1 right now as an option, I quit the game. If I press 2, I pass my turn. If I press 3, I can see the premium squares, which we saw very briefly there. So let me show them one more time. Pause the video if you need to know what the symbols are. Okay. The tile values are 4. Okay. What do I do now? Enter. 4. Oh, there we go. Okay. There's the second half. The distribution of tiles is 5. So that's how many tiles are left. I believe are left. I think the O, the P, and the T. Maybe not. Maybe that's the full list. No, that might be the full list, actually. Oh, no, it's not. There are 3 Ps in a Scrabble set, and 1 has been played, so that's why it's listed as 2 on the screen. I can exchange my tiles by pressing 6. I can juggle my rack, juggle the letters on your rack with number 7, and I can get a hint by pressing 8. And apparently it's only a single word hint. To enter the word, simply type the word, hit enter, and then I will place it. Blank tiles are entered by using the space bar and then entering the letter it represents. Okay, I think it's coming back to me now what to do, so let's do it. All right, so what was the juggle again? 6? 7. So if I press 7, see? 7. Okay. So we have opt. What kind of words can I play with what I have here? Again, I'm not an expert, so if you're expecting tournament quality fast play, you have come to the wrong channel, my friend. My son's downstairs playing in the basement, so if you hear any stray noises, that's what that is. Oh my goodness. Excited about something. Okay. So I'll take you through my thought processes. That X is awful. I'd love to get rid of it. And usually early in the game, I like to play parallel to the word that's been played because you get you get a few more points when that happens. I don't see any obvious words I can use with those letters to use up all of those letters. I suppose I can, something like ox, play off the X. I don't. I mean, I can play axe, but I'm not doing much with that. So, well, I could play kind of an awful word, but it would get me on the board. I am going to place the word. Yeah, I'm going to place the word XI, which is a Greek letter, Xi. Now I have to place the word on the board. It's going to go across. Oh shoot. Sorry. Yeah, I did this wrong before. Thankfully, it's very kind. You don't lose your turn if you screw this up. I have to move the cursor first to here, and then I say it goes across. So I'm playing the words Xi, which is a Greek letter, ox, which is an animal, and pi, which is another Greek letter. So I'm forming those three words. And then consequently, I'm getting like double credit for the X because it's in ox and it's in Xi. So another word. Now, the another word question, I can place things on the board and then take it back. So if I say another word, yes, it'll take the tiles back and I can compare options. But no is what I want to do. And it accepted all those words. That's good. So it went with the word bait, playing off the word opt for 6 points. God, my son's very excited about that play. Now, for those of you out there, you heard me say earlier that I took that this game came on one 3.5-inch floppy disk. And you may be thinking, wait a minute, how do you fit the game code and the full dictionary of words onto a disk that holds probably less than a megabyte of data? And the truth is, it doesn't hold the whole dictionary, and we're going to see that, I'm sure, in action in a little bit. Thankfully, the two-letter words probably all appear in the dictionary, and so they're not going to bat an eye at that. But we'll take it from there. All right. Anyway, enough of that. 70 tiles left. Those are the letters I have to work with. Privacy or province. No. Okay. Again, I'm trying to see, is there an obvious 7-letter word? Obvious. I don't think so. I don't have too many vowels, so it's probably not. Let's see. So now I'm trying to think of what are some words I can play in parallel using some of the letters that I don't like. V is a letter I'm not good at. Navy will get us somewhere. That's quite a few points. And if we can play it parallel somewhere nice, that'll be good too. And I kind of like the use of pin and navy. Can I do more with navy? Like fit another letter in there? Like knavery? I don't know. Cravey? I don't think so. I'm gonna play navy. I think so. Navy. Then we got to move our little cursor dot over, and then we say A to say the navy's gonna go across. All right, accepted the play. Oboe for 6 was the word. You see that across the top of the grid there. Oboe for 6 points. Another thing that I've learned over the years to look for when you play the tiles and trying to find words that might come out of the tiles on your rack, are there any like prefixes or suffixes that you can easily find? So if I had an E on amongst my tiles, I would have ER, and there are a lot of words that end in ER. I don't have an E there, but there is the E in oboe, so that might be something to think about. Let's see. Yeah, again, when you have one vowel to work with and it's just a U, there's not a lot I feel I can do with that. But cut, obviously, in the middle of the rack there. What are the big letters? P and C. It's like puce, which I think is a color, Puce. Could be something to work with. Let's see. Yeah, the mic is kind of picking up my son there. That's okay. Oh, I like pin and then adding a T for pint. So I could play like cut or some word that ends in a T. There's not going to be much, but I kind of like cut. I think that's a double word score on the C. Let's play it. Let's play cut. Move the cursor down. Cross. Okay. And Wordy came up with rain for 10 points. R-E-I-N, like the reign of a horse. Or to rein something in. Okay, now I've got some easy part. By the way, I don't believe I can actually manually move the tiles in my rack, which is a little frustrating. But I can play the... but I've got the ER and the ED to work with. Kyle really wants me to play an E. I'm thinking like weed or something like that. Weeder, weeded, or drew, D-R-E-W, of course, is in there. Pre-drew. I pre-drew something. Should we look that up in the dictionary? I have, in fact, with me here, for reasons you'll understand a bit, the official Scrabble Players Dictionary. This is the 6th edition, the 6th edition, which came out just a year or two ago. Copyright 2018, so I guess it was 5 years ago. I want to see if pre-drew is in there. I doubt it. But for the sake of learning something new, let's see. I could see pre-draw being a word, but no, I have made up the word pre-drew. Drewer. I like drew though. I like the word drew. We could play off of the drew. We could play off rain. Yeah, I like this actually. Let's try this play. Whoop. Drew, and I want to play it here because I think RE is a word and I think EW is a word. Okay. Are you sure? Because this game had to fit on a single 3.5-inch floppy disk, we do not have a very big dictionary. And anytime it's going to say, a lot of times it's going to say, that word's not in my dictionary, so it's going to say, are you sure? We're going to look that up. We don't have to look up Drew. Well, I'll do it just to be complete. But yeah. And I found that a lot of basic words weren't in the computer dictionary. And it would prompt me, are you sure? Drew, past tense of draw. Very good. R-E is a 2-letter word, and I know that because it's the only 2-letter word that starts with the letter R that's acceptable in Scrabble, and has the second tone of the musical scale. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. How about ew, though? E-W. I think that counts, but let's see. E-W, to express disgust. Ew. So I am sure, and I get credit for those words. So you can see how you kind of cheat a little bit and just put all your letters down and be like, sure. Presty is a word. And get away with it. What was the last play? View? View was the last play for Wordy. And we do have pretty. I don't think you can plural that without getting rid of the Y. But I like pretty. So we should be able to play that somewhere. Let's see. Where can we play it? Oh, we could do spry if we had to. Maybe play it off of oboes. Pretty. PY, I can't play it off of that. Pre-cut. Pretty. I'm sure there's some Scrabble expert out there that can spot it. P, I don't think you can do P. I don't remember that counting. Or EP. I may end up just playing spry. Although I want to keep the S. You can do a lot with an S. Oboer. One who plays an oboe. Do we dare look? We can look it up. Let's look it up. I'll admit, when I play Scrabble games with other people, I always like to use the rule that you can check words in the dictionary before playing them, just because I think it's educational, you know. It's an oboist is somebody who plays the oboe, not an oboer. So I'm glad I checked that. Poe? I don't think I can play Poe. I don't think that's allowed. Shoot, I don't really have a good play there. Maybe let's just play pretty just on its own. So the word is going to be pretty, and we're going to play it down this time. Pretty. 13 points isn't great, but we've broken 100. Wordy is going with wage for 8s off of view. Now that's a bad move because I can play an S off of wage to get wages, and then just any other, noun or verb vertically off of that S to get a boatload of points. And that S is going to be on double word score, so everything will be doubled. The question now is, can I, and there's plenty of room, so what can I play? Can I use all 7 letters with a word that generally ends in an S? Or it could be a D. So like fates. What is it, 7 that lets me shuffle? Yeah. And we're getting close to our time here. This will be a 2-part video for the complete game here. The F is the tricky letter for me here. So I can do fates. I mean, that's not a fateds. No, I can't do that. Est, E-S-T. So that's, again, another suffix, E-S-T, that ends a lot of words. So, or fasted and waged, I could play that. Fasted, to fast is to not eat, and waged war on somebody. Yeah, let's do that. Fasted. I think it's down here, right? Fasted and waged. That'll be for 42 points. Okay, and the computer accepted that. Wordy is thinking. Area for 4, and that's in the upper left. Area for 4. Now I've got 2 S's to work with, so there's still a chance I could, although it's a little tougher now. I guess views. You could play view and put an S on the end for views. So if I had like an A, I could play like values or something like that. Let's do one more. We'll do this turn, and then we'll come back for the remainder of the game next time. Again, the V is a tough one for me, but lives. Well, issue obviously is sitting right in front of me, but lives would let me keep an S. And the F off of fasted, that's a triple word score on the far right. So if I can claim that before the computer does, that'll help me out. Let's go with lives. lives. Move the cursor. It's weird entering. Remember, this was an era where people didn't have computer mouse, or didn't always have a computer mouse to work with. And so, yeah, you have to be able to enter things on a keyboard. It's a little clunky, but all right. We're going to stop there. Well, Wordy's plays food for 16. You see food again in the upper left, so a triple word score is in play in the upper left corner. I've got a blank and an S. I like my odds. I'll think through my turn here, and we'll see if we can't play this as a 7-letter word next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for joining here. Scrabble for MS-DOS. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.